Hello everyone, I am Olga Lugo and I will be focusing on social media users' gender ratio based on percentage for my statistical data presentation today. The 5 social media sites we will be looking at today are Facebook, Google Play, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. As we see in the data, 40% of men and 60% of women use Facebook, making Facebook more popular for women than for men. 62% of men and 37% of women use Google Play. 43% of men and 57% of women use Twitter. If we look at Pinterest, 31.8% of men use it and 68.2% of men use Pinterest. The last social media site is LinkedIn. 55% of men use this site and 45% of women use this site. What do they mean? They mean that more women use Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest than men. More men use Google Play and LinkedIn than women, meaning women could use more social media sites than men. However, what we need to keep in mind is that these are not all the social media sites out there. It also means the most popular social media site for women is Pinterest in today's world. Why should we care? Well, because this allows us women to know how much more social media sites we use compared to men. It is helpful for all of us to realize how much more social media we use compared to gender for curiosity and further questions we may have in the future. Or if we were be doing a paper based on social media users by gender, we already have an idea of who uses more social media by reading this data. Are they credible? The statistical data is credible in my point of view. I can relate to how much more Facebook and Twitter I use compared to my brothers. Pinterest data is credible because more women will use Pinterest compared to men. In my personal experience, I have not yet seen a guy use Pinterest, making this data more reliable to me. I believe the author of the statistical data gathered the most popular social media sites used today to relate to many of us and help men and women compare the usage of social media by creating the statistical data. However, if we look at the data, no gender reached 100%. The highest percentage was 68.2%, meaning more women use Pinterest overall, making me think how much Pinterest I use on a daily basis. The highest percentage of men was 63% in Google Play. If we compare 62.2% with 63%, there is not much of a difference, but it concludes to us how women use more social media by 5.2%. I do not use Google Play often, making this data more reliable for me. In conclusion, the statistical data is telling us men overall use less social media site than women. This data helped me compare how much social media I use personally compared to men I know and how realistic the statistical data really is. Thank you for listening.